Hiya Hinsters, welcome to another quick astro check-in, and if you're new, welcome too. Do subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. So we've just had a new moon in Cancer. If you're familiar with my channel, you'll know I did a video on new and full moons. So you can check that out if you want to refresh my take on these lunar events. Or if you're new, then I recommend you watch that video. But as the Hinsters know, the new moons are usually moments of illumination. There is often something new or secret being revealed, and the flavors are going to be Cancerian. Check out my last video on this year's Cancer season for more on that. The new moon, or rather the moon itself, is in its domicile in Cancer, and in a new moon it's always conjunct or together in the same sign at the same degree with the sun. The sun, some of the Hinsters might know, is Cancer's secret secondary ruler. I feel like on this particular new moon, a lot of us will be feeling ourselves and giving much less of a frig than we did just over 3 months ago. I think there are realizations of things we were making mountains out of that were just molehills, and we are seeing the storms in the teacups. It's a good time to learn that just putting your feelings first works best, and not to care about caring for every single person and every single thing. For some, it's a terrific time to be kind and loving, though just with the right people. Be sure to avoid ugly symbiotic things. Have your eyes open to the signs that point to backstabbers and the like. Cancer season is a shadow season, so some of these realizations can come especially seemingly from nowhere, perhaps even in dreams. It's a good moment really to not speak, and by doing so we clock on to who and what is and isn't. It's a good time for shadow work and for cutting people and things off, especially if you've recently encountered yet again the same toxic person or situation. The universe is like, come on love, now's the time to sort this shiz out. Sometimes it is about retreating into our shell. Cancer sextiles Virgo after all. So yes, the hermetic energy can be powerful or useful right now. This new moon is also conjunct Lilith, or was conjunct Lilith. So I do see some of us refusing to be abused any longer and coming out with all this brand new powerful self-care energy. It can be quite rebellious and lascivious, and I love it. I read also around this new moon in Cancer a new attitude to symbiotic dynamics generally, like just realizing where we are being drained and putting up new boundaries. If you're dealing, for example, with a narcissist, by the way, you can try the DEEP or DEEP method, which almost always works. It stands for don't defend, don't engage, don't entertain, don't personalize. Now in Cancer season, yes, it can be easy to get hurt, but in this season, people who hurt others unjustly will get big bad karma. Now, they won't be smiling soon, basically. So be wary of people who try to manipulate in this season as well. Be more savvy and fight it off this new moon, especially those types who use phrases to you like you always do X or you always do Y, Z, hoping to get a rise out of you or to guilt trip you. But again, deep it. Don't defend, don't engage, don't entertain, and don't personalize. You know, sometimes people are just insecure, or maybe they're jealous or self-hating, so that's just the way they do. Now, break away from the people and situations where you are being forced to be lowly or miserable, especially those who try to dissuade you from your path and those who are not with you but have recently been trying to advise you when you didn't even ask for advice. And they can have a nasty surprise themselves. They can find that suddenly they get overcome, suddenly they get washed over, by this Cancer season sea, karmic sea. And also stay well away from highly hypocritical people who you've heard things about through the grapevine. Definitely don't take their advice. Also, pay attention to people's actions and the things they say about others who are not present. Sense the embedded meanness in people and judge those people accordingly. Cancer season is a great time to judge that meanness, because chances are if someone's saying something nasty or mean about another person who's not there, chances are they're saying that about you as well when you're not there. So sense that embedded meanness and don't be stupid. Especially right now, people can be very sure of themselves and their superiority. There's a lot of Aries action that's squared this new moon, and also, by the way, squared the beginning of Cancer season this year. So some of us will develop a new habit or two, possibly also one that is committed though to saving more money or preserving some aspect of our health or our home, but in a kind of way that's also agitative or fighting. And it can simply be, for some, a new habit of steering clear of certain unkindnesses, of sitting back and observing. And through this, simply discovering who is just a hard cunt with no self-awareness. And this can also have been a new moon where we found the family to die for, or we're finding the family who are to die for, the sort of ride or die people, and we get sometimes suddenly passionate and protective of this family, and we might be extra keen to create new bonds that enhance our emotional well-being. So trying to create links with people who actually make you feel better through work or studies or otherwise hard times, the people who actually make you feel a little bit better in those situations, try to form the bonds with those people for your emotional well-being. We should right now be encouraging only that which brings joy and abundance and pleasure, or trying to protect these things in our lives. So we are easily under attack in this season by bad spirit, especially if we are remaining in states and spaces of fear. It's a very Cancerian thing, or Cancer season thing, fear, lunar thing. So yes, I see this new moon kind of like a full moon in many ways. I do see some people finally breaking free of nasty dynamics and breaking up with toxic people, and that new strength is to be celebrated. The exact square that Jupiter in Aries made to this new moon was, is marking perfect breakup energy. But it's also more broadly the perfect agitation or challenging situation where we are to be kind but not taken for granted. I recommend people watch the film Midsummer, if you haven't already, to understand some of the shadow, feminine, seasonal sides of Cancer season, and how important it is to not get taken too far down someone else's lane, and how important it is to not be taken by the good people. Although, of course, some people will be very much attracted to the allure of the sunny shadow. Venus in Gemini, by the way, will also be sextiling, or was sextiling, Jupiter in Aries, still is, I believe, sextiling Jupiter. So this is a pretty powerful dynamic that will mean the recipe, the potion that is just there at the right time for just the right purpose, and we can really experience some big lesson or teach big time about harmony and the switch uppery that diplomacy sometimes requires. So some of us are finding ourselves actually in sudden, quick, benefic situations or positions where we have to teach people, or we have to guide people, or we have to tell people. That can be quite recent for some people as well. And Also, all of this stuff can more simply bring out the other side of us, or the other side of things, and in quite a big way. For some of us, this new moon represents a peak illumination, a peak secret sexiness for some, and it also brings new fortune in the house where Cancer is in the birth chart. So check your birth chart, let me know in the comments where you have Cancer. On the other hand, this is a peak in the season of karma time. Like the World card in the Tarot, it can kind of mark beautiful endings and big beginnings, or feeling that something is finally set for some people. Something is finally at a calmer or more comfortable or strong place now, or pace as well. And we just feel good about it, or strong about it. The moon also rules saltiness, by the way. Did you know that? But, you know, we can be literally reunited with flavors and tastes this season, reconnect with the salt of our ancestral earth as well, and also be learning about salty people, haters in general, and how to deal with them, and what that means about us, how we react to them, and how we stay in bonds with these people, and what that means. Now, we can also be realizing things to cut out of our diets, and this is indicated in certain ways in which our mouths or throats or stomachs react to these things or reject these things, or whether some discomfort or ickiness that is calling for our attention. So look out for those things. This is also a good time to embrace and to wear the color green, but especially like a spring green, nice fresh greens. But also other powerful and more prominent colors right now include sky blue, white, pinks, indigo, navy, black, but also red will play, I think, a big factor in strongly for some this Cancer season generally. And these colors will help better protect and encourage blessings. But more broadly, this new moon, I think, marks a reminder to drink more water, literally and spiritually speaking, and to be by the water if you can, to remember what our emotional reservoir feels like, and to take moments by the water literally to just calm down and to collect ourselves, to reflect as well, and to know when to pull out again of other people's shiz and other people's waters, and to shade and screen ourselves as well from the burning of the sun, literally, but also spiritually. Shade yourself from the burn of everything and everyone. Okay, this is Cancer season. This is me stopping this video now and going to bed. I hope you are well. Please leave me a comment below. I do respond to all comments. And if you'd like a reading, you can get in touch with me. Check out the detail box below, description box below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Also, it's Cancer season, so the Hinsters will know, but if you're new, for Cancer Suns and Cancer Risings, all Cancer season, I offer you 50% off a reading with me. Also, if you are a brand new Hinster, you've never had a reading with me, regardless of your sign, you can also get 50% off as a first time client. So get in touch and take advantage of these little promotions, will you? I love you very much. Take care. All the best. Mwah. Bye-bye.